What's up people, and welcome to this video guys. And in this video guys, we're gonna be playing Skylanders Ring of Heroes. I'm gonna be explaining a bit how to play the game, give you some overall information about the game, some tips and tricks along the way. But the first thing I want to mention in the game is the Skylanders, okay? The thing which I fell in love with about this game is the Skylanders. I think they are so cool, they're so colorful, every single one of them are so unique, okay? So many different types of hero Skylanders. Just overall, I have a few of my favorites, like this for example. This is one of my favorite, Crypt King, okay? This is another one of my favorite, he's called Sook. And then who was my last favorite? Yeah, I think it's this guy, Shadow Kingpin, okay? So let me explain to you why these are my favorites. These are basically my go-to team setup, okay? And the reason is why is because this character right here is a defense hero, as you can see right there. He has a lot of HP, he's a good, you know, defender, he's a tank basically. Then we have this guy, which is an expert. He's pretty good in, well, everything. I think his abilities are cool, and I just think this Skylander right here just looks very dope. I think it's very cool. And then we have Sook, he's an attack hero. He deals a lot of damage, and that's why I have him in the team. So basically that is how I lined up my Skylanders. I made one of like 3 different roles. And I also made sure to all of them to have different elements, as you can see here at the top. You can see every single Skylander have their elements, and elements are good against other elements and they're bad against other elements. I'm not really gonna explain that so much in this video. I will be posting another video in the future where I'll be going in more detail to that, but here you can see basically how it works and so on. But yeah, that is basically Skylanders. You can get a lot of Skylanders, as I can show you right here. Look at that. So my Sook actually went up to level 20 last time I played, so we got some diamonds for that, so that's pretty cool. So that's basically how that works. I totally forgot to show you, but you can, you know, they have different skills. Some of them have 4 skills, as you can see on this one, while this one only has 3 skills. You can go and choose what skills you want the character to use, which is kind of cool. You can also gonna see their stats right here, how much HP and stuff like that they have. You can go ahead and buff your heroes in a lot of different ways. You can power up them, you can evolve them, you can awaken them, and go ahead and put in some runes to make them better. You know, a lot of different ways to go ahead and make your characters a lot better. So basically the thing that you do in the game, well, at least the most in the start, is that you play these stages. As you can see, I haven't played all of them, obviously, but I have played 3 of them right here. So we're just gonna go and jump into the first one to go ahead and explain it a bit more easier. So we're gonna go and enter the first dungeon right here. I think this is the first dungeon. So here you can see the lineup which I was talking about earlier, and here you can see, if you zoom into this guy Crypt King right here, you can see that he has a green arrow pointing up, and that means that he's actually good against these types of Skylander, well, these types of enemies. They are life enemies, as you can see right here, and you can see that undead element is good against the life element, okay? You can also gonna see that air element is also good against these. So if I would want to have an even better setup, I can use like this guy for example, or this guy, but I'm not gonna do that because this is my favorite setup. And I just realized we're probably playing this on normal, so we're just gonna switch over to easy to make me just be able to explain this a lot easier. So we're just gonna jump into this dungeon, okay? One feature which I also think you should really go ahead and use in the game if you're playing this game is the auto battle option. It's just an amazing option if you're gonna level up your heroes, or if you just don't want to sit there and just click all the time, which can be really great. So we're gonna jump in right here, and I'm gonna be explaining a bit how the actual fighting works, okay? Because it's very unique. So let's go and turn off auto and speed up. So basically you can see right here I have my 3 Skylanders standing right here. You can see the 2 enemies at the enemy side right there, and they're attacking me, but it doesn't really matter because I'm playing a very low level dungeon right here, so they can attack me how much they want. They will not be able to kill my heroes. So like I said before, on the left side I have an attack hero, so you can see his skills right here. You can go ahead and hold on them if you want to read on them, but usually you do not want to do this in battle because you don't want to waste time and sit reading them. But you have the option to do that if you hold on the click right here. So for example, I'm going to use my Sook right here to the left and use his first skill, which costs 1 mana. And you can see down at the bottom it says 10 out of 10 mana, which means I have maxed out mana, and there you can see at the skills of the Skylanders, their attacks cost different mana. So for example, if I would use Sook's first ability right here, it would cost 1 mana. Now he got knocked out, so now I can't use him. Let's see if he... Okay, well, he's... Okay, there we go. So bam, there you can see it costs 1 mana, and he's an attack hero, so he's just instantly gonna wipe them out. But then you can see in the middle guy right here, he has an ability which costs 6 mana, so if I use that, you can see a lot of mana is drained, but it's a very good skill. Especially it's an AoE skill, so it deals a lot of damage to multiple enemies. And then to the right we can see we have the Crypt King right here. He also has an AoE ability, but it only costs 1, so that's kind of cool. And like I said before, they're very unique and very different in many different ways right here. So bam, as you can see, we clear that stage very, very easily. And when you're clearing a stage, you get some experience and some loot sometimes. Let's see, here I'm getting the loot. So let's exit out of that. One thing which I'm going to show you is... one thing that probably a lot of people don't know, okay? But like I said earlier, you can actually gonna switch out your skills on the Skylanders if they have other skills. So let's go to Shadow King Pen right here, and as you can see, he has 3 skills, okay? So usually when I play this guy, I usually remove the second skill right here. I usually remove that because I'm only going to play with the Ice Blizzard instead, because I want him to be able to attack multiple enemies, and I'm not really a fan of the middle skill right here. It's probably good, but I just think this is a much cooler skill. You can switch between your Skylanders right here. You can see this guy, I can't switch out any skills, and this guy I can switch out the skill, and this guy actually has a really interesting skill. So let's go and remove his bazooka attack right here, which costs 1 mana, and let's go and add this Mortar instead. The cool thing about this one, it doesn't cost any mana whatsoever, but he has to charge it up, okay? So if we jump into a battle right here, again, I can gonna show you, it doesn't cost any mana, but it has to charge up the attack. So that's some of the Skylanders has abilities like this, and now I can see on his first skill, it's just the C, which means he's just gonna charge it, as you can see right here. He will stand there for, well, I think it was 8 seconds or something like that, and as fast as that timer is done, you will be able to use this skill, and bam. And this is actually a very strong ability as well. As you can see, dealt damage to both of them, almost picking both of them up. So, bam. Another cool thing, you can actually have more than 4 Skylanders when playing. You can actually have 4, okay? So you can see on the right side, I actually have this kind of a broccoli guy, and if I click him, I will summon him. And he's basically, he's a supporter for my team. They can't really go and attack the enemies, well, at least not this guy. This guy is just here to go and support the heroes. You can see I can heal. And that's basically what he does. He can also gonna tank attacks from the enemies, so that's why you wanna gonna use these extra Skylanders which you can have, because they actually help a lot. They do not only support your team, but they can also go and help out to go and take attacks from the enemies and so on and so on. As you can see, I can go and heal it again on him, but I will probably not have time because my heroes, my Skylanders will probably just win this in 2 attacks. Yeah, okay. But there you have basically how the fighting side of the game works. It's really fun. But like I said before, if you just want to go and level up your heroes, what I recommend you to do is just play the auto battle option. It is so great to level up your Skylanders. For example, I got Sook yesterday. We can go back right here and we can back to Skylanders right here. You can see he's level 24 and I got him yesterday, and I had this guy for quite a while and he's level 27. So I've been able to level him up quite a lot by just playing the auto battle option. Another thing which I recommend you to do if you want to go and learn the game as fast as possible and know what to do is I just recommend you playing the quests, because you do get a lot of things from the quest, and you do along the line also learn how to play the game. Okay, but that is all for this video, guys. Huge thanks to Come To Us for sponsoring this video, but I hope it was a nice video, guys. But as always, thank you for watching.